last week we spoke about what it means to be healthy.
Yeah.
So let's give some tangible tips on how to actually be healthy. So what's one way to be mentally healthy in your view?
In my view, if I had to give one tip, I think the general thing is with mental health, it's either you're overbearing, like there's too much stress, or you're not doing enough. So if you're someone that's at home 8 hours a day watching TV, you're not doing it, you're not stimulating your brain, you got to challenge yourself. So go out there, do a hobby. It can be something small, but something to challenge your brain mentally. On the other hand, if you're doing 10 million things at once, you're overbearing yourself. So you maybe focus to a few things, cut things out, and then that way you'll be able to get a little bit of me time and challenge at the same time. And that will give you that balance of...
Yeah, that's actually true. There's a lot of really good apps out there that help you challenge your brain and stimulate your brain mentally, and that's one way you can stimulate your brain.
Games
and get some
is a good way.
Mental health.
Go play some pool.
Absolutely. I think also people forget that meditation is out there for use as well. Some people haven't tried it.
I think people just think it's old school, sitting down humming.
It's not though. I've tried it myself. Like there's an app that you can, and that's the beauty of having a phone nowadays and having all these different apps. That you can have access to everything that you need. Yeah. So there's this app called Headspace, and I'm sure there's a lot of other apps. They give you like the first 10 for free, right? But even just you keep using those first 10, absolutely, you're going to get some sort of, mental clarity. So, and if you don't have access to a phone or app, just take some time out and actually just sit down and just concentrate on your breathing, just up and down, up, in and out, right? And inshallah, over time, and that's what salah is. Salah is a form of meditation in itself, right? So over time, you will find that you are more concentrated, you are more healthy and more relaxed and more at ease. But that's mental health.
Yeah.
What is one tip to be physically healthy then?
Physically healthy. I think the biggest tip I give to people that are physically healthy is that want to be physically healthy is do anything that's physical at least half an hour. But you know how they say half an hour, go for a walk. I'd say at least half an hour of anything that you enjoy. So if that's going to the beach or walking, do that. If that is surfing, go do that. If that's skateboarding, some sort of sport, if it's just walking with your wife, if that means going to the gym, like no matter what it is, as long as half an hour in the day, you did something physical that you could do. The best is if it's something that you enjoy, because it makes it a lot easier and consistently doing, but something that's not overbearing. Because we're talking about being healthy, not being an athlete. You know what I mean? So being healthy means you don't have to take the elevator. You can walk up a flight of stairs and be fine. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like that's what you should do. Half an hour, anything general, and just monitor what you eat. Like I know when you start, there's always have to get the calories right at the beginning. Just monitor it. Eat a little less than what it is. Just decrease it slightly until you start losing weight, and then stop there. Don't just take the plunge, because you end up not having any energy and then overeating, and then don't just ignore what you're eating and try to exercise, because you'll ruin it. So just slowly cut it off. I think that would be the best for the physical base. Absolutely.
Because it comes down to the food that you eat, the fuel. Like, are you feeding yourself or fueling yourself?
Yeah, and how you're using that fuel.
And how you're using that fuel. So look for ways, maybe at work, like you said, taking the flight of stairs instead of taking the lift. Walking to the bus stop instead of getting dropped off, or whatever it is. Look for nice ways, small ways that you can increase in your day-to-day activity. And for those people who want a little bit more, then sign up to a gym. Sign up to one that's 24 hours so that you can go at the time that you want without having the excuse of, the gym is closed.
Go with a friend.
Go with a friend. Do home workouts. If you don't have access to a gym or money to fund it, then do home workouts. There's a lot of beautiful videos out there that actually help you do home workouts.
Or do the thing where you get the free trial and do every single gym, keep bouncing around.
Yeah, that's a nice way. Or you can just pick up a hobby, like you said, something physical, and do it with your wife, or do it with your friend or brother or whoever it is, just to make it that little bit enjoyable as well. So that's mental and physical. What's one way to be spiritually healthy?
I think spiritually healthy, the thing that helped me a lot personally is just the remembrance of Allah, like remembrance of God or the afterlife or whatever it is that spiritually ties you down. And so for me, it was just du'as and trying to do it regularly. So a lot of people try to do the extra, go over the top, and you know what I mean, pray all their sunnahs, go to the mosque every salah, stuff like that, which is sometimes it might be too much for your lifestyle or the way you're at now. It might be where you want to be, but the first thing to do is, if you want to do all these sort of extra stuffs and read the Quran every day, you got to at least be thinking of it. And for me, it's like, okay, let me at least get that thought process where I'm thinking of my spiritual throughout the day. And the easiest way to start is mornings and nights. When you wake up, start your day spiritually, plan your day about it spiritually, like make dua, I'm alive and this, and then go to bed, forgiving everyone, letting everything go. If you can at least do those 2 times a day and try to increase it throughout the day, you end up doing you might finish all your salah at the end of the day. When you become spiritual, you go, oh, okay, I missed a couple of salah today. At least let me pray it. You finish the day on a good end. The next day it will improve. The next thing you know, you're doing dua 3 times, praying your extra sunnah. It leads into that. So the first little advice I would say is just that morning and night, just a little dua and tawbah, just get that out the way and try to increase it from there.
Start your day well and end it well. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. For me, I couldn't have said it better. But if I was to add anything to it, it would be just make sure your 5 daily prayers are met, because, in the Quran it says, wasjud waqtarib. So prostrate and come close. So if you want to increase in your spirituality and come closer to God, then absolutely prostrate yourself to Him on the time that He has appointed for you, and try and do it as regularly as possible, right? So 5 daily prayers are set out there because it's supposed to make you consistent at it. So the more regular you are, the more likely you're going to increase spiritually. So hopefully those tips have helped you, or will help you, and inshallah we pray that you do adopt them in the future. Stay with us until next week, inshallah, and we'll continue this discussion.